Okay, so if you're anything like me, whenever you face a difficulty or challenge or a problem, it's very tempting to ask for advice, to share, to get it out, right? Now, the problem with this I found in asking other people for advice is that you're really looking for a bias. That's really what it is. Either they're going to reaffirm what you already believe, or they're going to project their own beliefs onto your situation. Now, let me just contextualize this before I go any further. This is advice, not strategy or consultation. If you're looking for, let's say, advice on how to make decisions, that's going to be challenging, as opposed to, hey, I'm doing XYZ, I'm going to talk to an expert and to get their advice, right? Those are two very different things. I'm talking about the former, and that is this middle ground between not being sure of what to do next in your life. The best person to take advice from in regards to making a decision is yourself. Let me explain. There's two ways I've learned of going about this. The first is from Alex Hormozy, and he talks about how you should sit down by yourself, right? Open up a digital document of any kind. I use Notion, or you can even use like Apple Notes, Google Drive, whatever, Microsoft Word, and ask yourselves the questions that are going through your head that you want to ask somebody else. Ask them to yourself. So imagine that you're talking to the 85-year-old version of yourself. You have all this experience, you've done all these things, and this is your older self. Ask them the questions and have them respond. So it's literally you typing to yourself and responding to yourself. And what's just interesting is when you distance yourself from the problem, the perceived problem, and look at it through this lens, things will become much clearer. And you'll be able to understand your predicament that much more. The second is very similar, and this is what I learned recently from Psych Hacks, and that is, in his video you can find, it's called Listen to Yourself. And what he suggests is that this time, instead of writing out your predicament, which you could, to speak it, right? To record yourself in a voice memo. Or there's a fantastic app called Cocoon Weaver that I often use. Record yourself talking about and venting about whatever decision you're trying to make or situation you find yourself in. And then what you can do, and this app does it, is it auto transcribes everything you just said. That way you can look at the words. Now, imagine that your friend has come to you with this situation and you see all the writing there. Imagine that's your friend coming to you with that. What advice would you give them? And what's powerful about this is you're able to take a much more objective look at the situation and really approach it from a different angle. So these are two very impactful ways to get advice from yourself. And I've learned that whenever I've asked others for advice, I usually do my own thing anyway, right? So there's only so much you can do in regards to talking about the things you're challenged with. Now, if it's something really serious or problematic, then by all means. But if it's just something that ultimately requires you to make a decision, you need to sit with yourself, consult yourself, and then pull the trigger and decide. So hopefully that's been of some help, and I'll see you in the next video.